game was it was a heartbreaker for me. Washington and Detroit.
Oh, mate, Make-A-Wish almost did just that.
Fucking hell, dude.
The thing is, right, I'm like kind of a closet Lions fan because of Matthew Stafford. And I like Washington because I've been there. There's like a real emotional connection there. I'm a one-team man. I support the Broncos, but I have a small soft spot for these teams, both of them. So I was quite excited to see how they did. I picked the Lions, but I had Washington to cover the spread, which I believe they did because I think it was 3.5 going into this game.
It was 3.
It was 3, so
yeah.
Bang
on.
3. I do feel bad for Washington a little bit because I wanted them to sneak in and steal the NFC East as the great all-time upset. Can the worst division in the history of sports come out with the winner that we all want? It is. It's fucking shit. And you wait till we get to the other fucking game. Oh, that game pissed me off. It was so cretinous. So bad. Like, seriously, your fucking boyfriend is getting it, and he's getting it both barrels, because I rather stupidly thought the Eagles might have just a little bit more than the Giants. Turns out they don't. Cretins. Sorry, I got another delivery from the postman. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. That's probably Cleveland Browns parcel. It's probably going to blow up at the end of the day. Hi, FBI. Please don't arrest me. So, this was my potential upset. I thought that Washington, out of anyone, could cause the biggest upset of the weekend, so to speak, even though it's not a huge upset, is it, really? Because the Lions aren't that good. What do I keep telling you about Marvin Jones Jr. every single week? Marvin Jones Jr., get the ball to him. Guy's a great talent. What does he do? Oh, just 96 yards off of 8 receptions and a touchdown. Think what he'd do if he got even more production from his quarterback. DeAndre Swift looks fantastic as well. You know, he's got a lot of pace. He's a good pound and ground kind of player. 81 yards, 16 carries. But this game came down to Alex Smith, and Alex Smith doing just magical things. It reminded me of when he was in San Francisco in his prime. He doesn't throw bombs. It's not a bomb play. He's not a Rodgers. He doesn't air it out for 50 yards. He can every now and then. What Smith does is people called him game management. Like I never understood this. Game management is not a bad thing. It really isn't. Like being a game, what that basically means is that you do what your job is, which is to manage the game. I don't get it. Okay, so he's not exciting like Pat Mahomes. Who fucking who? As a Broncos fan right now, I'd have Alex Smith in a fucking heartbeat. I want a player who's got a high IQ, who understands the game. He played a really beautiful game in this. You know, his stats speak volumes. 390 yards, 38 from 55. Antonio Gibson surprised me as well, actually. Really sort of just sprung out of nowhere. You know, when you say Washington, everyone's like, well, they ain't got any weapons. They're a load of shit. And then here he comes, just fucking pounding away on the turf. It was a great game, actually, for the neutrals. The only thing I have a criticism for, I don't know who the NFL would put in at commentary, but they were fucking terrible. Like,
it was Aqib Talib's first broadcast for Fox Sports.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, and that's, I love Aqib Talib, but that was bad. I love him, obviously, as a player, but my God, he was not good. Like, it was weird as well, because they put him with, like, the most dulcet, boring white man possible. So this guy was like, Washington, oh boy, Make-A-Wish, Washington versus Detroit Lions. Oh boy, white things and white people and throwing the ball. And then Akitu's like, yeah, motherfucker, did you see that shit, motherfucker? And I'm like, okay, let's just dial it back on your end and severely dial it up on the white man's end. Awful. Honestly, I thought they had been using the localized broadcast, the radio position, like they do for NBA games. Because it was just so bad. It was so bad, and it took away from the enjoyment of what was a fantastic game. By the way, Matthew Stafford, 28 fourth quarter comebacks now since 2016. You're welcome. Holy balls, mate. Geezer's on fire. Like, you swear he does it like every week. But
and you know what's really sad is they're probably going to get rid of him.
Yeah, the Broncos are in the market for him. Broncos are in the market for him. I wouldn't be surprised. You got to cash in on him eventually. You may as well. But it's really sad because I actually think that if they can fix the defense, which is their biggest problem, and just get a couple more weapons on offense, they're easily a wild card team minimum. They really are. I think the Lions are a good side. But you got to, throwing all the statistics and everything out the window. I wanted Washington to win. I wanted to see Alex Smith get a win. I wanted to see them close in because that division's getting tighter and tighter. It's a terrible division. I've got the stats for it on a different one. By the way, Prater, mate, doing things that reminded me of, the good old days. 59 yards with ease, might I add. It's a reason he's just got a cannon of a leg, honestly.
And being in an indoor stadium just makes it that much better.
Yeah, he's a wonderful. Not often do we give kickers a bit of love because we just think whatever, they're kickers, but yeah, he's legit.
Well,
he's a real.
I mean, Prater had, not only did he have that 59-yarder at the end, he had a 53-yarder at the end of half, and then he also put in a 37-yarder as well. Just
casually. It's worth pointing out Matthew Stafford tied Joe Montana with 273 career touchdown throws in this game. So that's something to think. There was suggestions that he might miss the next game. Right now, according to Michael Rappaport, that won't be an issue. Though he may be limited some this week, the initial belief is he won't miss game time. However, he does still have some issues involving his thumb as well. So there's some sort of precautionary x-rays going on. But yeah, his post-game x-rays came back negative. So he should be good to play. And if I know Stafford, he'll play. If you could cut his leg off, he'll still play. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast.
And if he doesn't play, guess what, folks? The Lions will be okay because they've got Chase Daniel.
Next.
Yes, next indeed. All right.
Fuck you, I'd rather have Chase Owens at quarterback.